said, it's the Pennsylvania Hitman, the most thugged out gangster in all of MMA and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. If you're new here, thanks for dropping in. I sure hope you'll subscribe, stick around, and hear some shit I have to say. If you're already a subscriber, you already know you, my dogs. Alright, Stephen Bradley asked me, who was the one guy you went up against that struck fear or intimidated you in any way and why? Oh man, I've been scared in a lot of fights, but the scariest I've ever been, and I won the fight. It was crazy. I was fighting for the world title. His name was Stefan. No, it was like, what was his name? Oh my god, I'm terrible with names. It was something Bonner. And I know there's a UFC fighter named Bonner, but it's not him. It was something else. Something Bonner. Or Boner or something. And I was a last minute replacement for a world title fight. So this is when I won the world title at 135 pounds. It was in Toledo, Ohio for a fight promotion called the Fight Zone. They fought in a huge venue, man. It was huge. And they would have people from Brazil, different countries come there and fight. So I believe that this was a legitimate title back then. The UFC, the lowest weight class they had at that time was 155. So I couldn't fight I couldn't fight in the UFC. I was too small. And I filled in. I fought at 135 pounds. I was scared of this guy because I heard he put a guy in the hospital that beat me. Okay? I don't want to say the guy's name just in case the hospital thing is a lie, because the guy that beat me is super tough. His name was Travis. I'll say that. And this guy that I'm fighting beat this guy Travis. I heard it was in like 30 seconds, maybe like 45 seconds. It was super quick, and I heard the guy got sent to the hospital. And this guy that he beat and sent to the hospital, beat me in like 30 seconds. I punched him and I took him down, and he armbarred me like super quick, man. It sucked. I drove to Evansville, Indiana to fight him, and he armbarred me in fucking 30 seconds, and I was pissed. It sucks to lose by armbar because it's not even like you're beat up, and I don't even think he hit me. It was terrible. But this dude I'm fighting beat that guy in, less than a minute, and hospitalized him from what I was told. So I was like, that was scary. You always think, fighter calculations, fighter math sometimes doesn't add up. Well, this guy beat me. Now I'm fighting that guy. He should probably be able to beat me too, and sometimes that doesn't work. So, and then he was in the back, he was just like giving me mean looks, and he was putting on a show right before we fought. He had his gloves on and everything, and he's listening to his music, and he's pacing back and forth. And he's just looking real aggressive, looking at me, and oh man, it just got to me, man. For some reason, I fucking hate that it got to me, because I'm normally not intimidated by anybody, but this guy scared the fuck out of me because he beat that guy that beat me. Luckily, my quarterman, George Pfeiffer, walked over and fucked with him a little bit and had the doctors recheck his hand wraps, trying to fuck with him and get in his head a little bit, saying that he wrapped his hands wrong and he's got tape on his knuckles, and just fucked with him and tried to get in his head a little bit, because I think my buddy George knew that he was getting in my head, so he went there to try to do it to that guy back. So, huge arena. I mean, there was probably, 2,000 people in this place. And I walk out, and this is actually probably the greatest moment in my fight career too. Is people were holding signs up that said "Fuck Swift," like cardboard signs with black marker, white cardboard with black marker that said "Fuck Swift," and they were calling me names and shit. I thought that was the coolest shit ever. Someone really spent time to go buy some big cardboard and make a sign to bring it to the fight to tell me to go fuck myself. So that was super duper cool. So I'm in the cage, and it was a square cage, which was really tough to fight in too, man. So it was an uncomfortable cage, and when he comes out, he's got this crazy fucking mohawk haircut, and he just looks mean as shit. And he came in and he hit me hard, like, man, like for like 3 months straight I had a ringing in my ear, man. I don't know if he ruptured an eardrum when he punched me in the head, but he hit super fucking hard. So I'm backing up, and he was just coming at me super hard, and I ducked in. I think I shot a low single or a double leg takedown. I took him down, and I stood back up, so he's kind of on top. He's trying to stand up, and I just kind of just ran him over, and I got mounted, and he rolled me over, and he kind of jacks me into the cage, and he's punching me, and I'm starting to walk up an armbar, but he's got me pinned against the cage, and I put my toes in the cage, and I use it to walk myself perpendicular, and I locked the armbar in, and I ended up breaking his arm, and I finished him in probably 30 seconds. It was no more than 32 seconds. Fractured his arm, and I don't believe he ever fought again. I think the arm was so damaged that he quit fighting, and I won that world title. But I was scared shitless, super scared and intimidated, and I overcame it, and I won the fight and got the job done. So just because you're scared doesn't mean you can't get it done. That's my answer.